Hello, Merry Meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It's the 17th of July 2020. And of course, we will be live tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And I wanted to talk to a variety of people in this video. First of all, I would like to get some people, if they're interested in playing World of Warcraft with me. Because I think my character can use a little help with leveling up all my characters, from Calatheris, Bashira, and of course Vanya. Really would benefit if we can get some more people to help in the World of Warcraft game. So if you're interested in playing World of Warcraft, more than likely probably during the evenings, or we could even do an afternoon sessions too. I don't have any particular time limitation or anything. Please remember, we have the COVID-19 and a lot of people are in lockdown. So there certainly is lots of people who have a lot of idle time in their hands. If you are a character, especially if you are a beginning character in World of Warcraft Classic, and you want to improve your skills, Vanya is a level 16, level 16, no, 17. Is she 17? I think she's 17 now, but she's gonna go on 18. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. But I know she was 16 at one time. Or is she 15? Okay, let's just say 15, just to make the math relatively conservative. Okay, she's 15, she's going on to the next level. She's halfway up there. So she definitely needs to get some more kills under her belt and to reach the next level, or she can go accelerate or go to her next level of warrior training. Calatheris is a mage. She's, of course, is pretty talented. She's specializing in her profession as engineering. She has the training to make pipe bombs. So why would a mage need to make pipe bombs? I don't know. She does. Let's decide that she should try engineering. She has healing spells and Frostbolt and a few other weapons. She's certainly is capable and quite formidable. In modern WoW, Michele is a priestess. She is a blood elf on the Horde side, and she is also quite capable of doing pretty well. 17, so she's definitely could use a little more skills, as all these characters want them to move out of their home zones and go into the world. But I know that would be beneficial if they could go with it as a group. Bashir and Michele are on Thunderford. Michele is a blood elf, and Bashir is a human priestess. In Duskwood right now. She's in Duskwood. She hasn't left Duskwood yet, and so she definitely would benefit from working as a team. Those three characters, Calatheris, Michele, and Bashira, can easily upgrade to PvP from PvE. There's not a problem with that. Vanya is going to remain PvE, as the spirit of the woman that is named Vanya, as actually Peace's great-grandmother does not want her to become an aggressive fighter and going out there and hurting people. So she doesn't mind going against computer-generated NPCs, but she's definitely is dead set against going against other actual living players. So, because she doesn't believe in that kind of violence. Of course, if she's attacked by another player, that's okay. She certainly has the right to fight and defend herself. But Kelthiris, Bershera, and Bikela can actually become PvE, PvP. Right now they're playing as PvE, but they can go to PvP, and it wouldn't be a big deal for them. But what is clear is all four want to be migrated to other parts of Azeroth. I'd like to try to get Bashira and Bikela together. But, well, I only can play one character at a time, so that's not going to happen. But it's an idea. Now, I also want to talk about something about what's been going on. And I do realize that some of this stuff that's going on my YouTube channel is really intended to be for fun in games. And I do understand that. Well, what Super City Simplex is doing is really, it's more or less to basically try to get in my goat, which he has been. But I also pointed out last night is that I am very, very, very passionate about what I do as North American Snow Queen. And for me, it's not a game. It's something I truly believe in. And it may not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but it's true, okay? It's just something that I truly believe in deep down in my heart. The situations, well, among other people on my channel, I don't know everything, all the details, ins and outs of everybody. Situation with Noodles and Life with Linda, I don't really know enough about it to really, except I've spent many hours talking to Linda. I don't know if Noodles was trying to play games or if he really was serious with some of the stuff he said. But she, like me, was taking it offensively. And I don't want to see a skirmish begin because of, if Noodles is joking, that's fine, but you really have to make sure that people know that you're not really serious with some of your statements that you've said. I don't know if you are or not, but I don't know is that people rightfully are concerned about what's going on between different people in the game and the channel. And as I said, there's, with all the lockdowns and things, there's enough concerns in life going on about where it's going to happen. Well, I keep thinking this thing is on level because it is. Oh, yeah. Let's get the level of this thing up here. There we go. It's better. Yeah, that's better. So anyway, I was just trying to say is that I know a lot of people are enjoying the internet right now, social media, and some people are truly bored. And there's understandable. Unfortunately, the situation for people in the United States and the world right now with COVID-19 is not so fun. There's clearly the virus is making a strong comeback. I don't really necessarily want to blame any particular reason on any particular group because I don't think that's going to help the problem. But I was just going to say is that people are rightfully. Oops, it's pretty good right now. Okay, it's a little crooked still. Okay, the COVID-19 cases, unemployment in the United States. Well, at last check, 1.3 new unemployment claims came in the last few days. It looks like the labor statistics show that 18.3% unemployment. 18.3 million people are unemployed, not percent. Sorry. But I think its percentage is a little bit less than that. I think it's like 14%. The other issue is that we all know that we're waiting for Mitch McConnell to return with the Senate and to discuss his proposed stimulus bill. Now, we also know that Nancy Pelosi is willing to negotiate with Mitch McConnell and is willing to come up with a compromise. But the problem is Nancy, is what you proposed is that if the stimulus check is to be given, then you agree with a lower unemployment rate boost. However, the problem is there's a lot of Americans that are working and are lucky enough to still have their job, and they still need a boost. They still need a stimulus check. And I don't think we can do it in a single month. I don't think we can do it in a single check. The federal government is too slow to act on a single check month by month like this, the way that we've been doing it. Look how long it took since the original HERO Act, our CARES Act, passed before we started getting our checks. Some people are still waiting for their stimulus checks. A small portion of them are still waiting in the mail for their checks. So yeah, it's not really economically feasible to have the government go out there and issue checks in like this, like in little clumps, considering that the pandemic is going to remain an issue for a time. Okay, it is not going to go away. At least not right away anyway. We now know that the pandemic indeed is heat insensitive. It doesn't seem to be affected by warmer weather, which is a shame, but we know that. Also, as we see in protests around the world, that there's a lot of people who are intermingling and are potentially spreading the virus to other people. For example, there's a protest right now going on in Sofia in Bulgaria about the government. Now, me and People of Peace have talked about this in private. In short, there's a lot of concerns in the Bulgarian government regarding the different factions. I'll just keep it simple. GERB versus BSP versus Cornelia Nenova, which was the speaker, or which was a leader of the Bulgarian Socialist Party, is facing her own backlash by her own party, who quietly are working with GERB in the background and changing things. And GERB has been the Prime Minister has been acting up against the Bulgarian president, which is a BSP member. And there's protests going on by the people of Bulgaria regarding this, and they want to see change. Okay? It's peaceful at this point, at least in Sofia, from the videos I've seen. It's not getting to the point where there's actually becoming violent and blood's being spilled in the street. However, I can't say that's true in other countries. There are definitely, there certainly is still a lot of concern regarding China and Hong Kong, and that's still going on. However, right now, it's in the United States. We see most of the documented physical violence in the protests over things like police brutality and things like that. I made a mistake. I want to correct it. The Chaz 2 is not in Seattle, Washington. It is in Portland, Oregon. I mistakenly said the new Chaz is going to be in Seattle, Washington. It is not. It is in Portland. And again, they're trying to do the same thing that was being done. It was being done in Seattle. Okay? In fact, they even consider themselves the same thing, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Other states have tried to do the same thing. I mentioned about Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, they don't want it. The governor of Nashville said, Tennessee said, nope, we're not going there. As did the mayor of Nashville. Nope, we're not going there. Now, of course, the people in these protests are not necessarily wearing masks. They are not necessarily social distancing. And some of them may not even know if they have the COVID-19 virus. They may be asymptomatic. Now, normally asymptomatic people are less of a concern, of course, than the symptomatic, because those people are not going to need emergency medical care because they are not sick. However, the ones that are symptomatic are being affected in a very bad way and are, again, filling up ICUs in different states and countries. So please be aware of this. This COVID-19 virus is still very much everywhere. Swine flu, I'm going to bring this up. H1N1, H1N5, and avian flu are also on the rise. So, also we see pockets of Ebola as well. So clearly something is coming to basically that's going to change our world in a very big way. And there's really not much you can honestly do about it. But try to be safe and practice safety. Now, I am very much, people like out on the wire said to me, he says, you play World of Warcraft, you look like you're tired, like you didn't get much sleep. Last night I did sleep well. I got up about 6 in the morning. I went to bed about midnight. I went up at 6 in the morning and took a bath. And obviously I'm up. I'm doing the video, right? So I can see my hair is still a little damp because I did wash my hair today. You can see my hair has grown in quite a bit in the last month or two. It's not exactly completely there, but you can see now that the growth, the new growth is matching the existing growth. So it's not, this is pretty close to my natural hair color. Right now what you're seeing with the brownish red color. This is, yes, I am naturally a redhead, in case you didn't know that. But I guess the next question is are you going to ever go back to going blonde? Honestly, it's not off the menu, but at this point, with all the COVID-19 and all the concerns about getting COVID-19 and being infected and lockdowns and all this, I don't know what the plans are for the long term. I just know as far as me, I've been bored. So yes, I've been playing World of Warcraft, not as much as some people would think, but I certainly have been trying to improve my theme plans for my characters and play at least 2 hours a day, sometimes 3. I do play off camera too. I don't just play on camera. Off camera, I'm testing out ideas and see what I could do to make my characters more capable. Of course, we still do have another character. We have a little gnome mage called Lorelli. Now, Lorelli is a level 4 gnome mage. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with Lorelli. I really don't know. And I also got a Draenei, her name is Shalpiss. So, in the case of Lorelli and Shalpiss, I want to seriously, and these are BFA characters, I want to try to get them up a bit more. Also, in the case of the modern BFA versus classic WoW, my little gnome character has her backstory of her environment was creepy as hell. I played her a few months ago, last winter, and being trapped in some mine and it was just creepy, and I was so grossed out. I just basically just kind of felt uncomfortable as the character goes, and I just said, let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be stuck in this mine. I don't want to be in this environment. And so I took my gnome, Lorelei, and we just got the hell out of there. And now we did travel to Ironforge, Dunmorrow, and we've been there. And she can easily, now we know that there's a shortcut where she can go through Ironforge into Stormwind because of the tram. So what I'm thinking is I want to bring Lorelei into, unfortunately she's modern BFA. Oh, good God. That's the only thing about playing two versions of WoW. Is one's BFA, one is Classic. Is I can't bring my BFA characters into Classic. But I can bring my gnome into Stormwind and have her take on some of the other NPCs in the game. And she's a cute little character. She's a cute little, like, small person. It's just, I really would like to see her, level up. So I think for her going to the forest there, near Goldshire would be actually interesting. I keep forgetting the name of the forest, but it's not Evensong Woods. That's Michele's turf. Michele could go to Augermire, but I don't think I really want to send my character to Augermire. I think she would probably be best for her to go through the Ghostlands and work her way south. Because I would like to bring her also into southern Eastern Kingdoms. Even though that's Alliance territory. I just think it would be interesting to see if we can get her into the Eastern Kingdoms. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I spent a lot of time on WoW because right now with the lockdowns in Connecticut, there's not a lot else to do. I mean, you can eat, sleep, and excrete. That doesn't sound so fun. Of course, we have the live show at 7 o'clock. We have the gameplay about anywhere from 9 to 10. And we have other things in life that I want to do too. I want to get back to doing the things I used to do. You saw yesterday on the stream that I'm walking fine. So yes, there's definitely things I'm looking forward to doing. As far as the lip sync issue, I can't do anything about the lip sync issue. That's just the way this phone is. Okay? I don't know why it's like that, but it is. I'm using a Class 10 SD card in it. It could be the firmware in the phone is just not working as well as it could. Maybe I need to do a factory reset. Maybe I need a new phone. I did put a new battery in it again, so yeah, I got a new battery in it. But honestly, I don't know what the future is with that. But I can't do anything until we have enough money saved up to do that. And so that's the next thing to do is we're trying to get ready for the renter's rebate. The utility company has got to send me the information they're sending me about how much money I paid in my utilities for the January 2019 to December of 2019. And that when that figure comes in and I get the lender from my landlord. I gotta plug in the printer to get that printed out, and then he can sign it, and then I can put it in an envelope with all the other documentation, and bring it down to the senior center. We can go ahead and get the renter's rebate. This is a Connecticut program. There is one for Arizona as well, but that's not Connecticut's. So I don't know what Arizona's requirements are, but if you are living in Arizona and you are disabled, or you are in a certain income bracket, yes, they probably have the similar rules What they require, however, I do not know. Okay, so I can't tell you what the Arizona Renters Rebate Program requires. However, I'm concerned that given all the COVID-19 and all the special needs that came up for people in Connecticut during this event, that there may not be any funds for the Renters Rebate Program, and therefore I wouldn't be surprised if the program gets suspended. Just be aware of that, guys. There is a limitation of funds available. Okay. Basically, what it's based on is it's a tax break. It's a tax rebate for people on disability to get about up to $700 of taxes back for being disabled. Yeah. So, but it definitely is money. I'm gonna definitely use it if I can get it. Weather for the weekend. I'm gonna cover this. Spicy. It's gonna be hot. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest. We're probably gonna be doing a live stream on the porch on Saturday. It's gonna be way too hot to sit in that studio. Honestly, I don't even know how we would be able to do it. Looking at the temperatures inside the studio, it says there's going to be a high of about 29 degrees at that time at 7 o'clock at night. So therefore, there's a question if we're going to have it out here or inside. So tomorrow, we'll probably be outside. Don't guarantees, but I will see what happens. What about the World of Warcraft gameplay? That may actually occur at another time, or probably we'll have to furlough the game until it cools down again, depending on how hot it's inside the studio at the time I play World of Warcraft. So just be aware, Saturday is going to be a bit different, more than likely, as it'll be outside. We expected a high temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. Ow. 35 degrees, that's almost 100 Fahrenheit. It is, yes, and it is, ooh, that's not going to be good. Thank God it's only going to be a day at this point of high of 35, 36 degrees Celsius. So it's not going to be a very nice day for being outside. It's just, or inside, it's just going to be hot, stifling, and the humidity is going to be up there. So, well, I mentioned also is, what about some of the things that I had wanted to buy with or without the stimulus check? I'm going to be honest here, guys. There are things I need that I'm going to probably be buying with my own money next month, because my electric bill was actually paid in part by I got a credit on my electric bill because of the Department of Public Utility Control in Connecticut, the DPUC, had decided that one of the electric energy providers had misquoted prices on their plan and mandated that people that had those electric utility generator had to give them a tax break or a $75, was it 74? I think it was like 70. I think it was like 75. $75 refund. So this month the electric bill is actually $24. So I really seriously would like to go ahead and enjoy the privilege of using that money to buy some small things I need for the studio, which with my money I don't have to pay on the electric bill, I can put towards other essential items. Me and Krista did work it out. We are communicating again. Me and Patty are communicating again. That's all I can say right now. At least Patty waved at me on Facebook, but we didn't really get into any major discussion. Just waved back and said hello, and she said hello, so that's pretty much that. Well, guys, this has been a long one, but I will see you tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, and yes, we will be playing World of Warcraft tonight. I haven't decided if I'm going to play as Calatheris or as Vanya. A warrior is a lot harder to level up than a mage. A mage is relatively easy because she has distance weapons, whereas poor Vanya has to get right in your face. And it, like I said, I play Vanya in tribute of People Peace's great grandmother, who actually happens to be one of the spirits I talk to quietly in the background. And she likes the character. She kind of wants me to play it more. So I tried to get all the characters in. As far as my little gnome and my little Draenei, I got to work on those too. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.